Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another week of your Arkansas football recruiting report with your one and only Otis Kirk. Otis, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. Watching a little baseball, but doing great, man.
Watch a little
I mean,
baseball, nothing wrong with that. Uh,
uh,
let's talk about a little football for a second, if you will.
uh,
Braylon Russell, who's just right down the street in Benton, Arkansas. He's a running back. Running has been huge for the Razorbacks the last couple of years in that line game. Talk about how special he is for this Arkansas Razorback team.
6'2", 230, going into 11th grade. He's a stud, what he amounts
230.
to.
Wow.
6'2", 230, and can run.
And he's 2024, right?
Yeah. This kid's committed to Arkansas. He was at campus yesterday. All the kids we're going to talk about today were on campus yesterday, so I'll just get that out of the way. We're talking about 4 kids, and they were among the 25 or 30 who was here yesterday.
Right.
Anyway, Braylon is committed to Arkansas, committed on November the 6th last year to Arkansas. I remember it well because he was at the game, was going to announce at halftime. His phone died. He didn't announce till late that night when he got back to Hot Springs because his phone died. He actually was at Lakeside then, Hot Springs, Lakeside Beach, transferred to Benton. He showed up yesterday in a walking boot. I mean, a cast. He had a cast on his leg, and but he's getting it off in a week, and he should be more speed in 2 weeks. He's going to be good for the Salt Bowl against Bryant. CJ, they play August the 27th on a Saturday night over at War Memorial Stadium. I'm hoping I get to go to that.
That's be a good one. That's a good stadium.
Yeah, I don't know how the practice here will be or everything, but I'm trying to work it where I can go to that. But anyway, he's fast. He's a good running back. He's committed to Arkansas. He's the first commitment in 2024, and he's trying to get other kids to commit with him. He tried to get Kobe Black yesterday. He went to Ole Miss Friday for a visit, and people were freaking out on the internet. But he said, "Hey, I'm a kid. I'm just trying to be a kid, all I can, enjoying it." And so my preference is if you're committed, you don't take other visits. But I wasn't 6'2", 230 and ran a 4.5 40 either. So I wasn't a big time running back like Braylon Russell. So he wants to be a Raider. He's recruiting for Arkansas. We'll see. I guess anytime they're taking a visit, there's something to worry about, but I don't think so with him. We'll see. We'll see. Recruiting changes, but he's from in-state. He loves the Razorbacks. He really loves Jimmy Smith, and I think he'll be. I think Arkansas is in good shape with him. I really do.
You love to see guys that commit to the Razorbacks, trying to recruit guys. Look like that wave is coming up right now for everybody. Like you said, you were talking about a guy like Kobe Black, who's from Texas. He's a cornerback. Talk about him for a second. He's trying to recruit him over to the Hogs, and it'll be very special for the Hogs too.
First name like that, he ought to be a 10-star instead of a 4-star.
And it's spelled just like Kobe, right? Right, Kobe.
Yeah, with that name, man, he's got to be a 10-star.
Yeah, he's got to be good.
Double him on the 5s. But no, Kobe is very 6 foot 190, a cornerback for 2024. Got offers to everybody. CJ, I wrote about him this morning. There's a feature on him. There's one on Braylon Russell, and then one last night on Micah Tease. So the kids we're talking about, there's more stories on the Picture on Nation Hogville website. Yeah, yes, but Kobe got a lot of offers. OU, Notre Dame, Baylor, Texas A&M. He can go where he wants to go. But speaking of Braylon Russell, he worked Kobe hard yesterday. And Kobe said, he tried to get him to commit, and said some of the other guys did too. But he said one thing about it though. He didn't know Braylon's been here, so he knows. But Kobe said, "I haven't been here. I had no idea this was a place." He said they really moved up. The visit did a lot of good, and that's where those visits come in handy. Right. A kid like Braylon who's been here numerous times, he's seen it. But Kobe, this was his first time. He had no idea Arkansas was that nice. He said, "I'd love to play for a coach like Sam Pittman. Honest coach, guy that tells you like it is." He loved Dominic Bowman. So, the visit really helped him with Kobe Black. Now, does that mean you'll get him? Who knows? But, at least he told me he'll probably be back for, let me start over. He'll probably be back for a game this fall. Yeah. Well, that's not even a tongue twister. I'm already twisted. He'll probably be back for a game this fall, CJ. And then also next year when he can, he'll probably take an official visit here next spring and stuff. So it helped him in that sense. He's interested enough that he's probably going to be back to Arkansas. And that's what you want from those visits. You get a kid like that here that can go anywhere in the country. And Arkansas's got a lot to offer. I mean, we had to think about Notre Dame, think about Southern Cal, but those are two of the schools they beat for Micah Tees that we're going to talk about. Arkansas gets these kids on campus. It gives them a chance to let them see what they've got to offer. I mean, Kobe Black told me he's going to try to take some more visits here, so hopefully he does. And Braylon's working him, and I'll tell you what, that'd be one heck of a cornerback pickup. I mean, 6 foot 190, can run like a deer. I mean, this kid is, all the ones we're talking about today are big time players, but Kobe is really, really good player.
Yeah.
In fact, all 4 of these kids today are 4 stars. CJ.
Kobe, come on down, man. We got a couple home games that are going to die for, just like that Alabama game. People have been talking about that game since it was scheduled. I'm telling you, it's some more games like LSU. He can come on down to and enjoy the hill. I'm sure you're going to enjoy yourself. And one guy go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I was just going to say, I mean, even start with the Cincinnati game. It's going to be big time to come here and watch that game.
Yeah.
You can stand the heat. It's going to be hot, but anyway.
Yeah, this heat's not stopping. Thank God it rained for the last couple days.
2 o'clock, 2:30 kickoff. That's going to be a dandy.
It's going to be a dandy. Now, one guy that he does not have to recruit is Micah Tees, who's going to be 2023 guy. He's coming in the wide receiver corps. And, we got a lot of guys in the wide receiver corps this year with Traylon Burks losing. Traylon Burks got a lot of guys coming in. I'm looking for Keytron Jackson to have a good year as well. But Micah Tees coming in. What about him coming into the
I think he's going to have a great season over Tulsa Booker T. And by the way, now, for anybody that wants to see him, if you live here in Northwest Arkansas and you don't really want to make the drive to Tulsa, I mean, August the 26th, that's a Friday night. I just said August 27th on the Salt Bowl down in Little Rock.
I'm taking notes. Let me write this down.
Okay, August the 26th. August 26th, Bentonville West. Tulsa Booker T. Washington plays Bentonville West out at Bentonville West. So this is a chance to go see Micah Tees and his teammates play against a very good Bentonville West team. Should be a really good ball game. And, Bentonville West is always competitive. Booker T always has a great team. I was telling him I used to go over the steps when Coach McGee was there, Garrett's dad, and he'd let me sit on the steps there at Booker T. This is the old Booker T that had the old steps that went up, I'd sit on the steps and interview these kids and stuff. Right. And I've been over there. I mean, Felix Jones, Scott, Eric Bennett, Jared Collins, Keon Parker. There's been so many kids from that school that's come to Arkansas. The one that had the most success, obviously, was Felix Jones, who came to Arkansas and went on it for the first-round draft choice by the Dallas Cowboys. But there's been others that have come here and had success from that school. Micah Tees is one of the best. His 3 finalists were Arkansas, Notre Dame, and Southern Cal, not Texas, but Southern Cal. OU tried to get him. They couldn't get him. One thing I talked to Micah about yesterday, and Luke and Dylan Hayes were there also. They were at the visit yesterday. One thing I talked to Micah about, I said, man, Arkansas's got you. They've got Dylan. They've got Luke from Tulsa area. 2 at Bixby, 1 at Booker T. I said, what does that say about, these are top-notch players, especially Luke and Micah were 4 stars. I mean, and Dylan's very underrated. He said, his words were, I think it's a hell of a trade for Arkansas. He said, I think people don't realize what Arkansas's got going here. And he thinks that Sam Pittman going over there and getting kids like him and those other 2, and it's not going to end. They're going to keep getting kids out of Tulsa. Arkansas had pretty good success recruiting Tulsa. And they should, because it's like an hour and a half, 2 hour trip, CJ. I mean, hour and 45 minutes, whatever. It's a short drive. I mean, it is a short drive. I mean, you can drive to Tulsa quicker than you can drive to Little Rock from here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's quick. It's a natural to recruit that area. There's schools like Booker T, where he's from, Owasso, where Keon Hatcher's from. You go to Broken Arrow, where Arkansas had a lot of players. Jinx. They've had players from Jinx. I mean, it's just, there's other schools over there. I mean, it's a natural to recruit that area. And there's so much talent there. And there's talent every year. It's not like, well, this is a good year. You can go over and get 3 prospects. There's always talent in Tulsa. And it's so close to here. It's really dumb. It would be dumb not to recruit it, And so they do a good job with that. Saying from Oklahoma, Barry Otis from Oklahoma. Those guys are from Oklahoma. They know the ties, and they know what it means to go over there. And they've got enough ties and inside with those guys that they can get in the door. And you get your foot in the door and get these kids here enough. I mean, Micah Tease told me, said, Kenny Guyton set me down, showed me on film how not only that he wants me, but he showed me how he's going to use me, how he needs me, what their plan is for me. And they laid it out for him. And that's what you got to do. Because, I mean, nobody thought when Micah Tease started recruiting that Arkansas would get him. They thought he was going to OU, Southern Cal with Lincoln Riley or Notre Dame or somewhere else. Nobody thought he'd come to Arkansas. But Kenny Guyton laid it out for him and showed him exactly what he's going to do. And then Sam, closed the deal. And that's what you got to do with those kids. You got to recruit them. And you get them on campus, as I said about Kobe. It gives you a chance. They wouldn't have got if you're just going on people thinking and predictions, they'd never gotten Micah Tease.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got to recruit the kids. You get share. You're not going to get them all. Nobody gets them all, but you get sharing. That's all you can ask for. If you give this staff here, all right, Sam Pittman and this staff a chance, they're going to get their share of it. CJ, I promise you, they're going to get their share of it.
I agree. Some guys right now on the Razorbacks team who's from that area. You got guys like Slusher, who's back there from that area. Guys like Brady Latham, who's out there. Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, Latham from G. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Those schools right there that I named, there's other schools over there, but those schools like Jinx, Broken Arrow, Wasso, Tulsa, Booker T, those are football machines, man. They turn out prospects. They've got talent over there. And I'm talking about guys that come to Arkansas and proven their ability. So, yeah, it'd be silly not to use that to the fullest extent. And this staff does. And they're going to, and they know, like I said, they've got enough ties to Oklahoma. It gives them a little bit of an inside when they go over there too with Sam and Barry and the guys. And then Jimmy Smith, Kenny Guyton, they don't need any ties. They just go in and recruit. They're strong recruiters, man. Cody Kendi, those guys go in and close the door. It's not open, they'll kick it open and then close the door.
They'll kick it
open and then do the closing on
Open this door right now.
Yeah.
You're right. Now we talked about a cornerback, we talked about a wide receiver, we talked about a running back. Now we have to talk about the leader of the team, which is the quarterback, and that is Michael Hawkins. You just talked about Kennedy a few moments ago. How special is this guy?
He's from Allen, Texas, man. I mean, coached by none other than Chad Morris last year. And he's been here before. He's got an offer. Obviously, all these kids have offer starts. So, but Michael Hawkins has been here before. They offered his little brother yesterday. And he's also got a teammate, Devon Mitchell, that was here yesterday as a tight end. It was on campus yesterday with him. So there was three of them from Allen up here. And then it may have been another because they've offered another kid today from Allen. I don't know if he was here or not. But Michael is one of the guys that's a priority for 2024. And you put him at quarterback, Braylon Russell at tailback, and then get you some of these receivers and, get Kobe on defense.
Be good to go.
They got some really talented players here yesterday, CJ, and Michael is one of them. He is a dual threat quarterback, throw the ball, obviously can run the ball. And, he's going to he's 2024, so he's got another year. But Malachi Singleton was here yesterday. And, these guys were working these kids to come on, Arkansas, if you start stacking up quarterbacks like Malachi Singleton, then this kid or Walker White or whoever, Michael Hawkins or Walker White, and then get to 25, you've got, you got the Odom kid, you've got the kid at Joe T. Robinson, and Murphy, and then 26, you got Archer down at Greenwood. So, they've got a lot of quarterbacks they're lining up on, and the key is to keep stacking these guys up. Because you don't want to get in a situation where you get a quarterback hurt and you don't have one to play. And so that's what Arkansas is trying to get the situation where they're staggering these quarterbacks, get them in here. When one leaves, you got another one ready to go. Just like when Felipe left, KJ was ready to go, and so this is Hawkins is just a dual threat. Allen, I hope to get down to see him play. I don't know where I'm going to go when they have that A&M game the night before. I'm not sure where I'll go that weekend, but or that Friday night. But I'm going to definitely go see a game. But Duncanville's got some talent out there. There's just a lot of talent down in that area, and we know about Frisco Lone Star. Jalen Braxton was up here, the cornerback out of Frisco Lone Star. Caleb James. I think I was telling another reporter yesterday, it was two of us. We were talking, and I said, I think Caleb James has been to U of A more than we have in the last year. Caleb James, this kid from Mansfield's been up here every time. I need to get him on the show here. I need to get Caleb on.
Get him on.
He can tell us so many stories because he's been here. Like I said, I bet he's been here 8 or 9 times since the season ended last year.
Oh yeah, we're here for the stories, Otis.
He's been here and could tell us things that don't even get in stories. I'd love to have it. I'll talk to Caleb this week. I'm gonna try to get him on next Sunday or whenever he can. I don't know if they'll start practice. I don't know if they'll practice on Sunday or not, but I know teams are going to start that. But I'm going to see if we can get him on because he's just been here. Like I said, he's been here so many times. He's been here for games, practice, junior days, prospect days, whatever you want to call them. He's been here for camps. He just been here a lot, and he's a very, very good kid, very intelligent, very good defensive lineman. And I mean, this is not about him, but I'm just saying he's another one that be interesting to go see down there in Dallas. They're getting a lot of commitments from that area, a lot of prospects. It's be interesting to go watch some of those games. In fact, I might go down on a Thursday before the game on Saturday with A&M and watch a game on Thursday night, and then go see one on Friday night as well.
Well, got your week planned out, man.
Pleasure, man. Triple header.
You got your week planned out for that week, man.
You bet.
Today we talked about 4 different players, 4 different positions. Looking forward to that 2023
4 stars
and 2024 class. All 4 stars.
If Sam Pittman, Barry Odom, and Kendall Browse can get those kids, Sam and Odom, Browse, and Jimmy, and God, they can get these kids. They're halfway home. You've got Russell and you've got Michael, so you're halfway home. Now they need to get Hawkins, and you need to get Kobe. If you can do that, man, those are 4 kids that can play for anybody. Those 4 kids right there we talked about today can play for anybody in the country. CJ, anybody.
They can do it. I'm looking forward to it. Otis, I appreciate you, man. Just like each and every week, I appreciate you stopping by, Otis.
Thanks, man. I'll talk to you next week. See you this week.